this is special for me, man, because I got to train with y'all father, man, back in, like, what was that, 16, 17?
I know a lot of people don't like us, but you're going to respect us.
Yeah, I know I can box as well, but sometimes the heart, it takes
on.
the best of me. You want to brawl. You want to get in there and give the fans a show, you know what I'm saying?
A winner, you can't just win one time.
Me and Pops was doing the ring walk. It was like I was in a bad mood.
That's what we do. That's what we do. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Gabe Rosado. Another episode of Mi Gallo, along with the champ Abner. And we got special guests today, man. The sons of a living legend, the Vargas, baby. Emiliano, Fernando Jr, and Amado. What's good, y'all?
What's up with it, Gabe? Come on now.
Ya tú sabes,
Y'all so
papi.
serious, man.
Listen, bro. This is special for me, man, because I got to train with y'all father, man, back in, like, what was that, 16, 17?
Yeah.
Crazy, right? And y'all was, young boys running around in the gym, you know what I'm saying? But working at the craft, man. And now, man, years later, y'all doing y'all thing. Undefeated, knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. How does it feel following the footsteps of your father?
It feels good. What can we say? I think each and every one of us have our own respective lane, and we're all doing and carrying our own weight. But it feels good to win outside the ring and inside the ring with your family. And, we can't complain. Pops knows what he's doing. And I know how Pops is in the gym, always yelling. He could be like a drill sergeant, but that motherfucker knows what he's talking about. So,
sure.
He's been at the highest level. Yourselves, champ, have fought some of the best fighters in the world. And it feels good to get the recognition as a family.
No doubt.
Yeah, yo, listen to this, Gabe. Their combined records, 44-0, 33 knockouts. Man, the Dynasty doing it, man.
Real, man.
Undefeated,
and
33 knockouts.
And on your show just past
And then we
Saturday,
had,
you headlined.
We just had Junior fight out, if he fought on this card this Saturday, The Zone, Midas Promotions, Marv Nation Promotion. Oh, man, you did a fantastic job against Coria. A fighter that, on paper, your toughest opponent, Argentinian. He carried a big punch. He took care of him in 4 rounds, man. Well, first of all, let's talk about the ring entrance, man. The ring entrance was epic, man, with King Lil G, man. Talk to us about that. How did that happen?
No, it was dope. We've actually partied together, and he was a big fan of my dad growing up. He's like, "Four had the bangs like your pops growing up." I love him because he wasn't like Oscar. He was real. So
I think we all had the bangs growing up, bro. I know I did.
So it was definitely something that we already had brewing and cooking, but it was my toughest opponent, like you said, on paper. So I knew I wanted to make an entrance, and it's LA. So we had Chito Ranas, we had Devour, we had King Lil G, and it was just a great turnout for LA. I mean, it was an unbelievable night. You
showed up, man. I want to say the first round, like any fight, you take your time. You're trying to study the opponent. I saw him pressing you. You were on the ropes for a bit, but then I just like how you were just posed in control, man. Just cruising around, like doing, you moving around the whole ring. And then once you felt like you hit him and then you pretty much hurt him, you went for the knockout, man. You pretty much finished him with the left hand, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. The first couple of rounds, my dad always sends us to go in there and see what he's talking about. See, box, use your jab. And that's what we're doing. But the first couple of rounds, my dad saw me doing that. And then the third round, he was like, "All right, son." Because he kind of saw that this guy wanted to try to kind of walk me down a little bit. Yeah. So he's like, "All right, enough of that shit. This motherfucker's like thinks that you ain't got no popper. He's going to just try to walk you down. Have a tight high guard. Have your thumbs at your temple. Just watch when you throw. Make sure your hands are back and walk that motherfucker down." And then we did that the fourth round. And, I think I hit him with like an uppercut hook. The uppercut kind of picked his head up. Hook wobbled him. And I was like, "Oh." I felt like Canelo with Caleb. I was like, "Oh." Yeah. I was like, "Oh." Yeah. So we got him out of there. And, that's all she wrote. But, Gonzalo was game. I knew I had to go in there, be very smart because he's a veteran. And those veterans are crafty. So, and it was a 10-round fight. So if it went the distance, it was going to go the distance. I didn't care. Scheduled, right? But we had no business. And And we're looking for bigger and better things from this point on.
I like that. The making the adjustments. Like you said, you were using the entire ring. You're moving around. But once you started pressing, that's when, it was pretty much all over, man, because you were all up on them. And, you finished them good. And then after the fight, obviously, you started calling out big names, man. Talk to us. Who you want, man?
I just want my name in the mix with the top 15, top 10 in the world. And it's time now. There was a season where we had to establish ourselves as pros, up and coming. And regardless of my age, regardless of what's going on, this is a different wave of boxing now. Mm-hmm. And I just think you don't have to be 20, 21 years old trying to just have a strap already. It's just so different. You could have a strap around your waist, but let's just say your paper ain't right. What does it matter, Of course, we were in this to make money, but we're in here for longevity. And what happened in my father's career, I know that his mistakes he's not going to do with us. And whether fans get mad or not, you know what I'm saying? Maybe certain fights, because you're eager and, I want to do it. But maybe the time ain't right yet. My dad knows what he's doing. We got a tremendous lawyer. We got a tremendous team, a tremendous manager, Charles, Lou,
Shout out.
It's Gabe's lawyer. And he's a hitman for real. He's a quarterback. I call him Tom Brady. I'm like, you tell me where we're going and I'm going to get.
No doubt.
You let me know. So we have a great team. There's people behind the scenes that make us look so much better than what we are. My momager running around everywhere, getting everybody like tickets. And, even for Amado's fight, his big fights, with Sean Garcia, everybody doubted Amado. He's a middle child, so he had to do something where he had to show his tenacity. We all each have something. This motherfucker has the most balls out of all of us. Sometimes it gets him in trouble. We got to tell him, box, Amado! And then he's doing little moves in the ring. It just, that's him. You know what I mean? Emmy, clean cut, professional, no tattoos, Colgate smile. You know what I'm saying?
You don't need a
no Oscar with the Mexican American flag, but and then you got me. You know what I'm saying? Boxer puncher. So we all got something to offer this fight game, and we want to do something that no family has ever done. From a world champion father, have 3 world champions. Of course, it's very hard, right? But we're shooting for the stars.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Emiliano, starting with you, man. How does it feel? To carry the name Vargas. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just honestly, I'm so proud of my brother.
Yeah.
He showed up and showed out. It was a really big stage, and the promotion, everything. It was sold out. Everybody was there, and as a brother, I can't do nothing besides watch. You feel me? So, seeing it. I knew the step up was going to be amazing for him. I knew that when it comes down to it, the higher the opponent, the better he's going to look. Sure. So, and I feel the same way about myself. I know the same way about Amado too. Like, these guys are supposed to, be the toughest test to date, and we get them out of there, Amado, who he fought last, went the distance with Oscar Valdez. He got him out of there in the third round. Junior, me, I just picked up my first strap.
Yeah, man, on the Inoue Card, man. That was a big card.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I feel blessed. Gabe. I know this is something that we were meant to do. Sure. And it just motivates me a lot. And I say this all the time. Somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to be world champion. Somebody is going to make their first AM. Somebody, is going to be the first brothers to become world champion coming from a father. It's gonna happen, right? Yeah. Whether we're alive or whether not we're not. So why not us?
Yeah.
Why not? Like, we have everything necessary to become world champion. You know what? Sometimes it's so easy it's hard.
Yeah.
Because you have everything right here. And it comes down to discipline. Yeah. It comes down to.
I feel it's hard for you guys because you guys got that name behind you.
But how much of that?
It weighs a lot.
How much of that is your father living that lifestyle and understanding the mistakes that he's always coaching y'all and he's always putting y'all deep, because man, that's game right
it's
there,
heavy,
bro.
man.
Y'all got a mentor that lived it.
He's my idol. I love my father with all my heart. And every single punch that he took was for me and my brothers. Every single punch. And now that I'm physically doing it, it's like I know exactly what went into it. And I know there were some fights that he took just for us. That he didn't even love it no more. You know what I'm saying? So I just respect my father to a different level now. And my last weight cut. My dad got in there with me. You know,
That's
he
nice.
got in the sauna with me.
Okay.
He got, no, you feel me? No, he didn't get I ain't getting in the ring with him, you know?
Yeah.
That, you know, but he got in the sauna with me. You know, I could tell, you know, he hasn't been, you know, doing stuff like that for years, right?
Yeah.
So he got in there and I was like, Dad, you can step out. You know, it's hot. I got the sauna suit on. You know, I'm in there for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, you know? So he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to be in there. I got in there twice, you know, so it's just,
that's
it was the best feeling in the world. I'm about to put that out on my YouTube.
Yeah.
For me, like, seeing my idol, like someone that you grow up and you idolize, and like what it is to be a world champion. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to see that physically with my eyes, like the discipline that it takes, what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? What could happen and what won't happen because of the foundation that he laid for us. You know what I'm saying? Like I can my respects to my father and everybody like yourselves that, you know, built your name by yourselves. You know, I think the best thing and the thing that I want to do for my kids as well is like, your dad did this so I could give you the platform. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what my dad did. Say whatever you want to say. You know, whether he was rushed, whether this, whether that. I respect my father so much because he gave us this opportunity to shine. You know, and we're eating off of my dad. And yeah, of course, we put in the work and we do this, but we respect him so much not to fuck around with this.
No doubt.
Because this is, bro, you could lose your life in this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't understand that sometimes.
You don't.
I was seeing when you did that, when you were like, no. You know, there's some fighters that are like, no.
Yeah, but they're really,
they're like, help me out.
Yeah.
Nah, that when I saw you do that, Gabe, I was
But
like,
yeah.
oh. And then when you reposted that, I remember it was a couple of days before my fight, and you were all bloody.
Yeah.
You know what they can't say about you? That you're a bitch. What they can't say about you is that you don't put on entertaining fights. And even right now, if you were to call anybody out, or if anybody were to call you out, they were to see a fight. And that right there gives me chills because that's what my dad's known for. And they can say whatever they want to say. They could talk about losses, but guess what?
Yeah.
You may have a perfect record, but you didn't leave your imprint in this world.
Yeah.
And people remember your fights, bro.
No, for sure, man. My thing with you guys, man, is like this is a new generation of boxing, right? As far as with the social media. And this question is I'm gonna lead it to Amado. So you can pass him the mic. You got my, okay. So, you know, my thing is it's so easy to get caught up into the hype with social media, right? Yeah. And the thing is this, that now you see fighters, I believe, me and Abner, we noticed that fighters are more caught up with the fame and the money and things like that, and are not really focusing on building legacy. But when y'all step in the ring, y'all ain't playing pretty. You know, y'all box, y'all smart, y'all got IQ, but y'all got killer instinct. And that's what I feel like is missing in the sport, is that killer instinct, because nobody really want to get dirty. Everybody just want to get that money and shine, but nobody want to get dirty. Amado, you bro, he love to get dirty. Amado, dirty. Yo, I caught Amado's 2 fights ago. Just in there, you got caught with some shots too, and you kept bringing it. Where's that coming from, bro?
I think just me, my big bro made me tough. My brother used to fuck me up
all the time.
No, real shit. My brother used to fuck me up, make me pick up my own blood like shit. As brothers, you know, my brother made me tough. My big bro, and you know, we're all lions, and we all come from our father, so we got the same bloodline. So we're so very much similar yet so different.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers. And I'm just so emotional right now because of how everything is happening right now. All the work we've been putting in. And it's we gonna take over the sport, and you know, because of God first, and just the people that are just supporting us. It's unreal. My brother's fight, it was so beautiful. Congratulations to Abner, bro. You did your thing.
Come on,
bro,
Abner.
on that. And you know, you seen, you know, stars like shout out my boy Devour, shout out King Lil G, shout out Chito Ranas. You know, they're popping, man, and they came out and they came and supported the dynasty. So, you know, we're doing a movement, and Chef Sui and a bunch of other people, you know, we're doing our thing, and it's just so humble. It's so humbling to have all these people come, and you know, I'm just super happy, super just thankful to God, and I just feel really good, man.
That's crazy, man. That's beautiful, man. And the crazy things that people don't understand how tough it is, you know, for three brothers, you know, to be doing what they're doing. And not only that, the name that they got, the weight that on their shoulders that they got, obviously the Vargas Dynasty, and they got so much pressure. And I see a lot of hate on social media that you guys get, man. I see it. I know it comes with it. You get me? But it's crazy because they get a lot. And the way they carry themselves is like, man, it doesn't even bother him. Yeah. I remember when I used to get, like, you know, random messages from people like, yo, you suck. It hurt, man. Like, I wanted to fight people. And my bros right here, they like, bros, like, just another hater. Yeah, where does that come? Like, how do you guys, like, just, like, not care and just keep continuing to do your thing?
I just think, I mean, when I was younger, I would speak for myself personally. Right. When I was younger, you know, a kid, bro. Like maybe like 10, 11 years old. I'm barely starting boxing. I'm putting up videos on Instagram. Like, you know, you got grown men, 45, 50 years old. They got the wife and kids. They got, you know, they're like just miserable commenting on my shit. And I would tell my
on the couch.
On the 11-year-old.
Talking about throw more punches.
For me, it was like, why are they talking like this? Like, yeah. I'm not conceited. I'm not like this. I'm not. Why are they? You know,
they don't know you,
and they don't know me. But the thing is this: is that my dad told me. He said, "Look, at the end of the day, get used to it. It's gonna be the rest of your life. That's gonna be the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So, the only thing I really care about is what my brother's got to say, what my father has to say. Yeah. I know that everybody has an opinion. Yeah. Everybody feels that their opinion is of importance. You know, some people shouldn't speak. This is my thing. As you know, there's just some people that shouldn't speak, but it comes from people that have never accomplished anything in their life, that they feel so insecure with themselves that they want to put that out there. Like, I couldn't imagine hating on somebody else. I couldn't, because I'm a winner. You know what I'm saying? Winners want to see other people win. Mm-hmm. It makes you feel good because you know what it is to put in the sacrifice, to, you know, to jump on those ropes. Like, I want to see them win. I want to see them surpass me. I want to see them surpass my dad. Because that's my bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem with that. But at the end of the day, like, there's people that, you know, like I said, are 45, 50 years old that are commenting on that. And then all they do is watch football and look, check this out. You want listen. You want to know why they support all these teams, ride or die?
Why is that?
Because they never accomplished nothing. So they want to be a part of a winning team. Nice. They want to feel a part of the win. They want to, you know. So that's the way life is, though. Is you decide what you want in your life, and if you decide to, you know, go a certain route and you know, like we all make decisions as grown men. Mm-hmm. We all make decisions as grown men. Like, my dad could tell me only so much not to drink or not to do this. Yeah. But we make our own decisions. It's on you. And you have to be a young man about things like, okay, this works for me, this doesn't work for me. Mm-hmm. You know, so all the noise, we tune it out. I'm gonna just continue to win. My family's gonna continue to win. Like, I know it hurt them to see me with my first belt. It hurt them. But guess what? Co-main event this year. And I'm going to have a youth world title. And guess what? That puts me in line next year to fight for a world title. You know, so I'm super excited. I feel like being younger, my dreams were, like, really far away. Yeah. And now, I'm grasping it. I'm about to touch it. You know what I'm saying? That's and, like, nothing's going to derail me. Nothing.
I call Emmy my little big bro. I give my brother, you know, his flowers. He started fighting out of all three of us. He was the first one to lace up the pair of boxing gloves and say, I'm really about to do this. You know, we've always been in sports. I played football growing up. I love Reggie Bush. That was my first sport. My brother was a hooper, AAU, just hooping with the brothers. My brother was doing his thing, man, and my brother was, you know, that he was just always. His thing was you know, basketball. But my brother Emiliano pops opened up the gym that you went when my dad was training you. Yeah. And, you know, my little brother took it to consideration. Like, I'm really about to do this boxing. Became ranked number 1 in the U.S. And I just seen that. And I'm like, wow, I'm going to do that.
He was like, my little brother, I can do it too.
Hey,
we've always been competitive like that.
I was gonna say.
And I'm going to do that, you know. And we did what we did in the amateurs. You know, me and Junior, we beat top people in the United States. Junior, the Junior Olympic, the
Olympic trials.
The Olympic trials.
His first year into amateur boxing, he goes to the finals. The finals of the Olympic trial, semifinals of the Olympic trials.
Olympics that year, just off of people think I had like how many amateur fights you got? You got like 80, 100.
No, you didn't have that many.
I didn't have that many. I picked it up.
How old was you when you started?
I was like 17, 18.
Yeah.
I picked it up a little later.
People don't know that. Say that.
Started
Like,
late.
people think that you're the first one that started young. Like, you know, you started late.
The footwork's from basketball. Like, like the reason why I'm southpaw is because when you hit free throws, like your right foot got to be a little bit above the free throw line. So, and then just natural, you know, little scraps here and there. Nothing crazy, nothing from the street or nothing. But I would just like this. So I'm like kind of right hand dominant. To be honest with you, like Oscar was a southpaw, but they switched him. So, but I like my shit in the front. So like that hook, I have a good hook and even left hand, but I like that lead, like to be strong, like boom, like you know what I mean.
But let me ask you this, Junior,
Go ahead.
why'd you start so late? I mean, why 17, bro?
I didn't have a desire for it. That's what my dad did. I didn't have a reason to box. It was nothing that, like, I was around all this. I was around the cameras. And that's what I think really fueled my little brother. He didn't have that. And he's even told me before, like, in a bit, bro, I haven't told you this, but I envy that of you. Like, you were around dad, like in the palace and the mansions and the cars and the after the fights. He didn't get none of that shit. None. Amado got a 2, a little towards the end too, but it was on me. I won't come in there with the number 1. You know, we'd even do the lips.
You used to do the ring walk.
lips thing like my dad, the ring walk. You see Robert, and I was just around it my whole life, bro. So like, even speaking behind a camera, I've always just been good. Never been nervous, you know, behind cameras or anything like that. So it's just the fuel and the motivation came differently. So like, I always like to be, you know, like a star in everything. Like basketball is one of the best on the team. Competitive. My drive came from a competitive standpoint.
I have a story.
I'm gonna beat you.
When we were kids, we used to play basketball, me and my brother. I was literally about to win.
He said, I was about to win, but I didn't.
I remember I was about to win,
Turn up the
man.
PlayStation.
My brother pushed me, said, hell no, you ain't gonna win. But that's just the competitive nature of me and my brothers, like, or he'll turn off the PlayStation like right when I'm about to win. Like, bro, let me win.
He'd go to school. He'd go to school in his clothes. In his backpack, have my saucy clothes, shoes, wear them, go to his restroom, put on back his clothes, put them back in my room, and I know how my shit's orderly. I know this shit's moved. You used it. Different times he used my stuff. We'd get mad at each other. He'd grab my J's, pull them, and I'd be like, there was like a mirror. There was like a mirror, like there was like a mirror that we could see through, and he's like, yeah, like he's ripping my Jordans, and I'm like, bro, those are retro. What are you doing? And like, it's just brother shit, bro.
Yeah, it's beautiful,
like, yeah, I'm stealing your shit. I'm using your shit. Yeah.
That's funny, man. Look, man, you know, another thing that I see, man, that I noticed when I would do camp with your dad, I noticed like, yo, your dad's faith in God is big, but it's big within y'all too, man. So, you know, y'all some savages, y'all beasts, but at the same time, man, y'all have that discipline, not just into the sport, but it's just like the way y'all carry y'all faith too, man. How important is that to y'all?
Absolutely. It's one of the biggest things. I think if you're to look at any human or any person from any ethnicity, you know, nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Every culture has their different religion. But, you know, as for us, you know, in our house and our family, we're going to serve the Lord. Yeah. And we go to church on Sundays with my pops. And if we're not there, he's mad. But we go because we're all each young man. We all go separately, but we all go get there together. And it feels so good to worship the Lord, being broken before God sometimes. And, you know, we don't go for anything else, but just to receive from God. And it feels so good to like have that fresh start for you start your week when you're in camp. Boom, boom, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, sparring days. It sets you up to just have a great week. So
For sure.
I love that our family comes together and we give God a lot of praise. And, you know, that's where our strength comes from. If you see us before every fight, Emmy's kneeling, I'm kneeling, Amado will kneel before a corner, and it's just like, that's where we get our strength from. We could lose all this, but, you know, one thing that will never leave us is, you know, our faith in God. We'll never forsake our trust and our love for him.
Amen, brother, because it changed your father's life. I remember, because I know your dad, obviously, from way back. We got stories we shared. I'm not even gonna say what we used to do, but you know, but you know, I used to go to Vegas, Gabe, and Vargas will pick me up, man, and then from there, man, it's you know, but we did. It was trouble, and it's crazy to see that, you know, remembering that man that, you know, back then and now, totally different person. You know, Vargas, he changed his whole life around for him and for his family. It takes a real tough man, a lot of, you know, this and obviously God to do that, man. And I that's why I respect your father. And right now that you're mentioning about, you know, church and all that, we know we owe everything to our Lord and Savior. And I think that's why you guys are blessed as well. A lot of people feel some type of way because of the way you guys handle yourselves or present yourselves. But at the end of the day, you guys are real people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are, you flashy, you talk, but you back it up. But they don't know what y'all went through as well, man. They don't, man, listen.
I just think, like, when you do good comes back to you.
Of course.
If you do bad things are going to happen to you. So if you are doing good, what is going to happen? Good things are going to come back to you. If you're doing bad things are going to come back to you. So I think, you know, definitely, you know, we're not perfect by any means, but we try to live a righteous life, the most righteous way, because God will bless us. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're filthy rags compared to God. So just we're imperfect. That's just how we are. But at the end of the day, we know that our strength comes from God and our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And, you know, this is we're real, man. Like, you know, we're not just trying to be like, oh, we're holy moly and you know, and I just nah, man. Like, we you know, we mess up, we make mistakes.
Well,
you know,
God,
like,
God uses the broken people, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I just see it in y'all, man. I just love the way y'all carry yourself, man. As far as that, go ahead.
My thing is, I had a conversation with Charles. Shout out Charles, my attorney. And he asked me, he said, where do you get your confidence from, right? And I told him, I said, I know every single one of my days for the rest of my life is blessed because I'm favored by God. And I believe that with every fiber in my body. It doesn't matter what I go through, what I do. I believe wholeheartedly that I'm going to be blessed forever. Every day in my life, good, bad, it's all part of the process. You feel me? We all go through a different process. His process is different from mine. His is different from mine. You could say this. People try to separate us and, well, this guy, he's here and he's there and this, but it doesn't matter. Everything's a process. You feel me?
And I love the unity that me and my brothers have, man.
You can't break it, man.
Because when
jealousy.
Look,
you guys
can't.
There's good days and bad days in the sport of boxing. And there's days where I call my brother like, yo, you good? Like, just to check all my brothers, their temperature. And there's you know, there's some days where it's the temperature's not right. And I make sure, you know, I'll pray for my brother. I'm a prayer warrior. Because at the end of the day, there's so much negative people that do things or just their energy or what they do or what they say. And I just say, at the end of the day, I make sure to remind my brothers on who they are. They already know who they are, but me as a brother, I remind them as being their brother, like, bro, we got straps to win. We got motherfuckers to prove wrong. We got people that prey on our downfall. So we gotta every day we gotta grind, because my dad bled and did this the dirty business for us to shine the way we're shining, and motherfuckers are mad because of that. And at the end of the day, everything that we got, we bust our ass off every single day to be our own man. From the fights that we do, not our daddy did, that we do. And I think a lot of people, I think they could respect that because we're building our own name. Yes, because of our father. My father did what he did, but we're building our own name through our own fights. And I have no words.
But
bro.
that's what a father's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You got people who come from broken homes, like, you know, my dad, and decided that his last name is going to mean something. So
your dad's story's crazy.
Yeah, man. So that's why I respect him so much, and it's like I can't disrespect it. I can't disrespect that last name. I and even me being younger too. I think we're in this to make our own name as well. Of course. Like even me being younger, I would always search up my name on Safari, and it would say Fernando Vargas' son. And you check now, that motherfucker says professional boxer, NABF champion. You know what I'm saying?
Your own name,
14-0, 11 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed, bro. You know, and it's like the thing is this: if you work hard every single day, and because no fight is guaranteed. I don't care if you're fighting, you know, because there are fights where a fighter's supposed to look good or whatever. Even those fights aren't guaranteed. You have upsets. You guys seen it. You guys, you guys seen it. This guy's supposed to win, and motherfucker gets knocked out. You know what I'm saying? Like he's fighting some guy with 0 knockouts, and he's his first knockout.
It's supposedly a bump.
You know what I'm saying? So any man with 8-ounce gloves, 10-ounce gloves, any shot could hurt you.
And there's a lot of learning in the sport too. I know the fight that you commentated was at the same venue that my brother fought.
Yeah.
That weight class, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fight at whatever weight. I'm in shape. Fight at a weight class that was not my weight, and I got ridiculed from a lot of people. And my performance wasn't the best performance. But I went back to the drawing board. I went back to the gym, cut my weight like a professional, and I fought in Atlanta. Didn't even have my shorts, bro. My outfit didn't even come in, bro.
He still look fly.
I got it. It's on my YouTube.
Yeah.
I got it. I was at the Under Armour trying on a shirt. Yeah. And I run into the metal door.
Oh,
cut my whole look. I have a cut
Amado
right
shit,
here.
bro.
I have a cut right here.
Motherfucker cut himself.
That's crazy.
And I could have easily. I was scared. Like, damn. Like, is the athletic commission gonna let me like fight? Cause I have this cut.
Yeah.
I just said, God, please help me. And my mom, I'm running late to the airport. Yeah. My dad had to get an award for the Hall of Fame. I had to go to LA to go there because I had to come back after my fight to be at my dad's Hall of Fame award. Yeah. I put a liquid. So much.
Charles, hey, I know he working on it.
I put liquid bandage on it. The liquid bandage. Got to the fight. Got to Atlanta, Hotlanta, and Amado. I said, yo, what's up? Your trunks are not gonna come in time. I said, what are you talking about? But yeah, your trunks are not coming in time. And I'm like, oh my gosh. H2O, Silv, he's a good dude. Shout out to him. He's a good vato. We might fight, but he's a good dude. I got nothing but love for respect. His pops, good people. Anyways, he goes, I mean, look, bro, you could use my shorts. I said, well, what does it say on it? Oh, it says Silv and H2O. I said, I can't do that. Be like, what? I can't do that. So I had some fire Hellstar shorts.
That's crazy.
It looked like he was fighting in swimming trunks.
Hey,
he's at Encore Beach Club. Got about to get down.
That's wild.
I had some Hellstar shorts, and it literally comes down to, do you want it or do you not?
Yeah. I called my brother because I heard everything that was going on because I fought the next week after, so I was at home. I called him. I said, "I'm the only thing that fucking matters. I don't care if." you know, this happened or that happened. You know, your trunks came in, they didn't come in. The only thing that people are gonna talk about is your performance, and maybe the cool ass shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he did his thing. He knocked that motherfucker out. That motherfucker went the distance with Valdez. Was in there with Mark Castro. Solid dude. Toughest opponent to date. Yeah, and I faced him after. I said, bro, that's all people wanted to see. Yeah. That's it. You know, and that's the only thing that pays people attention. Yeah. You got to knock these motherfuckers out. That's it.
And he says something key, man. What he said about his performance. It's like, I wasn't not comfortable with the performance. I went back to the drawing board. I cut weight. And he came back. He got second, third round knockout. Like that's how you show up. People remember you by your last performance. Right. So everybody has a bad day. Everybody knows what they go through. You know, behind doors. You know, cutting weight and all that. But it's about just like putting the hard work and perfecting your craft and getting better at it. And you did that, man. You came back. You got the knockout. Let's move on forward for that, man.
So watch this. To add to that, because he forgot a few more things. He has Grant gloves. He couldn't fight in Grant gloves. So he's fighting in some rink-a-dink. I mean, I don't even know the name of the company that he was fighting in. I'm like, you know, the Grant gloves.
Were they used?
I don't know what
Hold
on.
Oh, man.
Hold on. It's not done yet. So then we go in the ring. Boom. No Grant gloves. He's fighting.
Said, I want 10,000. No, he's fighting. If you gonna wear, I want 10,000. The dude that fought, they go in the locker room. The guy said, I want 10,000 if you could, because we didn't get the gloves, I guess, not approved. I guess you needed 24 hours, whatever. So I said, man, I ain't gonna pay you no 10,000.
Okay, wait, watch. So he's in the ring, round one. Watch this, round one. And me and my dad are calling, use your jab, whatever. The commission sees that we don't have wristbands, bro. I'm like, bro, what are you guys? You guys got to step away. You guys can't give him no instruction. We're like, what are you guys talking about? He's not gonna have no one in the corner. You got to step the back or else we're going to kick you out. That's bro, crazy. Mid-fight, round one. You didn't even know this, bro. And then we're like, all right. And then we're like, Amado, still move around or whatever. They're like, if you continue to give him instruction, we're kicking you guys out. Me and my dad. So then he has no one there in his corner. He's just fighting, bro. And then even Silva's dad was like, hey, Vargas.
Hold on, including your father too?
Bro, including my dad.
What?
So then Charles runs to the commission by the booth. He's like, let me know what I got to fill out real quick. We had to fill out paperwork mid-round one, bro. During the fight. So we're filling this shit. We're like, Charles, fill this shit out. And then Silv's dad was like, Vargas, just let me know. Like, I got y'all. Let me know what to say. And I got my wristband. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you want me to say, and I'll tell him. And then round one, you didn't have nobody, bro. Yeah. But it's a fight.
For me watching at home, I was like, who the... Because they had the cut man like giving my brother instruction. Right. I said, excuse my French. I said, who the f- is that? You know,
yo, that's crazy.
So I'm like, what? Okay, I'm trying to like understand. Like, okay, maybe they forgot something in the locker room. Maybe I don't know, right? Maybe my dad had to go take a piss. Because, you know, my dad, he's getting older. Right. He's getting older, you know. So, you know, I know he's going to give me a little.
Yeah, I know he will.
You know, so I'm like trying to piece it together. And like, after hearing all that, I was like, you still got the job done.
Yo. But you know what? That's G shit right there, bro. That's the mentality of a real fighter, bro.
I was locked in, bro.
That's G shit, bro.
You know what? I didn't even know that my brother and my dad weren't even in my corner. If that makes sense, bro. Damn. I was so locked in.
He was blacked out.
They be asking like, me after my fight, like, do you remember like your fight? Bro. I'm zoned in. Like I gotta watch it after. You feel me? So it's just like. Bro, your performance, and then I fought, and then Junior fought. We're killing shit. We're killing shit. Yeah. You know, what other brothers are doing what we're doing, bro? Yeah, man. You know, it's just it's on par none. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like you can't put it into place, and not just that. You know, we're just fucking. We're just getting started, man. Sure. You know, it's the beginning of something really special.
And it was like, honestly, sometimes it's like that back to back to back. So sometimes you got to remember, my dad's a trainer, so sometimes he won't be there for us fight week, and I did that to him one time, and he wasn't there for media workout. He had to have a barber. My barber was doing mix.
That's amazing. That's the most
Bro.
important one,
Bro.
That's the most important one.
Yeah, and then I'll never do that to him.
And look, like, you know, you try to look good, like, and it's just like, we have no chemistry.
Yeah,
He's my barber. He's my barber.
We had no
Yo,
chemistry.
You feel me?
That's funny, bro.
And it's just like, I was just like, look, this is the type of thing, and I'm gonna give you an example. You know, Ryan, he's a marketable fighter. He got paid $20 million for his last fight, right? He said it felt like sparring. Motherfucker, you're getting paid. You're getting paid $20 million.
Yeah.
You're getting paid $20 million to go out there and perform. You got to put yourself in the zone. Like Amado, that's the thing. Nothing was going his way. Nothing was going his way. He still had to be locked in. I don't give a damn if this and happens.
Yeah.
You got a job to do.
Yeah.
Bro, I got to applause for that, bro.
You got a job to
Listen,
do. You
bro,
know.
I've experienced it with your dad. I remember one time we fought this guy Antonio Gutierrez. He was like tough Mexican dude, and he young dude, and we fought him. I think the next fight was Clotty probably, but yo, everything was going wrong in the locker room. I mean, with the outfit, everything was going wrong. So when me and Pops was doing the ring walk, it was like I was in a bad mood, bro. Bro. And then next thing you know,
The song started late.
the dude Gutierrez dropped me in the third round, bro, and that woke me up. Like, bro, snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, we just kind of, man, we gutted it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, shit happens, but you gotta just be a fighter.
And that's the thing,
You know,
like,
gut it out, bro.
like
And we got the dub. We got the dub.
even because, so that happened. My dad pulled up. I did my wake up by
That was
myself.
Miami fight, right, bro?
In Miami under the Teofimo card. Did the wake up by myself. I had my 12-year-old cousin with me. Like we flew in. I got there like 12 at night on the Tuesday.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? We went. I had to go run. I'm fucking starving. I'm doing my thing. I gotta understand. I gotta do this, and this. But that's how strong my mental is, bro. Like you can't break me. I don't give a fuck what happens. I don't give a fuck what happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win. Cause I love to win. And I don't care if it's chess. I don't care if it's tic-tac-toe. I'm going to whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from how competitive we are, bro.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So my dad pulled up the day of my fight. I'm fighting around 6 p.m. He pulls up at 3 p.m.
It's crazy.
You know, he still had an Uber. So I just had to understand, look, I got a job. I got to do it. The dude that I fought Keyshawn, and with the you know, he fought him. He went like 8 rounds with him. I stopped him in the first round in like two minutes.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
so this is the thing. We got something special. If you want to say we can't fight, you're lying to yourselves. You know what I'm saying? This is what we like Coach Calvin Coach Calvin Ford said. This is what we do.
And we told Charles, please. And we told our lawyer, we told our manager, please don't ever have us back to back like that again, because it's tough, bro. Like boom, boom. We'll never do that again.
Well, that's what,
you know what I'm saying?
We make it work. We make it work.
Yeah.
But we just understand that every fight is gonna be a higher level. Yeah. And you know, you guys have fought on the highest level. Yeah. On the highest level. And my respects. My respects. You know, you guys are where I wanna be, where we wanna be. And it takes a lot. You know, I think to myself sometimes that as I'm making that walk to the ring, motherfuckers would turn around. They wouldn't face the music. They wouldn't face the smoke and the people and the critics, and motherfuckers get scared. But this is the type of shit. That's why everybody, you name it, rap artists, singers, whatever, they respect us so much because we do what they can't do.
Yeah.
We fight. Everybody want to say they can fight.
Everybody want to say
they can fight. Everybody want to say that, oh, you know, I get down and this that. But when it really comes down to it,
no.
When it's time to go to war,
Yeah.
don't go to war.
No, but say this: there's people that are doers, and there's people that are sayers. Where all of us right here, we are doers.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man. No, it's like I always say, bro. You know, you got boxers and then you got fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it's an athlete mentality and it's a fighter mentality. Now you can be having a fighter mentality and having the athleticism. That's the plus. But it's like, how do you behave? Do you behave like a fighter or an athlete, bro? And I think, you know, it's like I was saying earlier, I think right now we're just in an era right now where a lot of dudes are athletes and they don't really got that dog in them. You know what I'm saying?
I want everybody at 140. I want everybody at 140. I want, you know, these people, you know, my respects. Devin Haney, everybody else, Jose Ramirez. I know I'm the best. And I step into the listen.
I know I'm the best.
I know because this comes from, I believe in three things. I believe in God, my work ethic, and my God-given abilities. And the God-given ability is last. It's last. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't play around with this. And the thing is that you got fighters that are fighting with PTSD. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
PTSD. And the thing is this.
I promise you. They think real quick. They think I'll be picking on Haney. You know what I'm saying? Because look, let's just keep it a buck.
My boy
I'm not picking on the man. But my
the
thing
world
is
saw
this:
it.
when you're on a stage, you put yourself out there where people are supposed to talk, whether it's good or bad.
Agreed.
Is this what it
You
is,
open
bro?
yourself up to
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was coming up, maybe Teddy Atlas would say something about me that I didn't like, but I wouldn't take it personal. It's just one of those things like, oh, maybe I got to work on that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's something I got to work on. Maybe I didn't notice that, whatever. Where Haney, he's on a platform where that last performance, that was PTSD. You scared to get hit, and the worst thing you could do as a fighter is go into a fight scared to get hit. That's the worst thing you could do.
Because you're gonna get hit.
You're gonna get hit. You know, I know there was fights where, for instance, man, like you talked about the Golovkin fight. When I went into that fight, I mentally prepared myself that this dude got to do. He got to hit me with a kitchen sink, whatever, bro. Because I'm not going down. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand with this man. They call him the boogeyman of the middleweight division.
Kill me.
I'm gonna stand with this man, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win the fight. I was trying to win the fight. It's just too much blood. I couldn't
Some people
see.
can't go there.
But the reason Triple G couldn't put me down was because I made my mind up going into that fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going down, bro. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a mindset. You know, when dudes used to fight Mike Tyson, they were already lost walking into the ring. Yeah. You can see their face like they was already shook. Most of them was just getting knocked out for the fear. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's all mental, man. It's all mental.
I respect that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is that I feel like every crop has its due date, you know, and I'm so excited to get ready and get in there with all these guys. Like I know I have the boxing ability. I know I have the speed. I have the power. I have everything to become world champion. I'll say this, and even you guys know it. People with less skill have become world champion. That you're like, how the f did they become world champion? You know what I'm saying?
Start with the names. Don't mention them.
It's good management.
Leave it at that.
You know, let's be real. Let's be real. So it's just like I know we have an opportunity to shake up the fucking world.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? And you got me messed up if you think I'm gonna let that opportunity go.
Yeah.
If we let it go, that's on us. Yeah. Because of course we could talk, but we could walk the walk. And that comes from, like I said, the work ethic. We keep each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? Well, sometimes I call my brother. I said, "Bro, what are you doing? That's not in line with what we're trying to do. You know, your career is this short. Yeah. Okay, your life is this long.
Yeah, he told me he's like, Junior, you're 28, right? Yeah, 29 this year. You got 10 more paydays.
Got 10, if that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, when he put it like that, I'm not realizing that. I'm like, 10 more. Like, let's just say, right? I'm 17 fights in. That's a pretty.
That's right.
Yeah, when he put it like that, I'm like, and I'm supposed to be like good for the rest of my life if I don't make smart investments.
The time is now.
If all I'm doing is just boxing, you know. So look, Emiliano with his step up fights, his last 2 step up fights. Look what he did to them. This was supposed to be my step up fight, and look what I did to him. Amado's step up fight with Sean. Everybody doubted him. Everybody that Ryan Garcia pulled up, talking all this, talking all that.
We were walking to the ring, mother flipping us off,
yeah,
calling us this, a bitch. I know a lot of people don't like us, but you're gonna respect us.
Yeah.
And guess what? You're gonna watch us win every single time because that's what we do. That's what we do. You get what I'm saying? So look, we understand that at the highest level, even the greatest have lost. But it's how you lose, right? And in my mind, I'll never lose. I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? And it isn't anything cocky. Too many people talk.
confidence.
Too many people talk shit about
confidence
themselves.
talking.
Too many people look at themselves in the mirror and they say, "Maybe I don't got it." You know, I don't know if I could do it. You got me. I'm the best at what I do. My brothers are the best at what they do. It's will be team.
And I think you got to go through every emotion as well. Like being
It's a roller
successful, you got to go through every emotion. Oh man, there's some days. Oh man, I'm the best. There's some days, man. You know what? This is not good. I didn't like it. Or oh man, like you got to go through every emotion. Like Nipsey Hussle says, you got to go through every emotion in order to be successful. And you know, we all went through adversity and we're going through it, and we continue to keep going through it. But
the days I feel tired, my brother hits me and goes, "Bro, keep going." You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you need to hear that's like, you know, you doubt
Those
you.
are the days that count the most.
You doubt yourself. Like, is this really for me? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't. You know, I don't have to be doing this. Like, whatever this. But I love to win. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you're so locked in, you know, you're going and going and going and going and going. You know, you catch a cramp, or you know, you can feel a little burnout. But that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's part of it. And at the end of the day, that's why my brothers are the best gift that God has given, because they know exactly what I'm going through. The weight cut, this, that, whatever it is. I know exactly what I told my brother this. I said, Saturday night was your win.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Right.
You're the champ. You know, take all the pictures, feel yourself. But guess what? Got to go back to work. Yeah. Because a winner, you can't just win one time. You can't make a career off of one win.
And now there's another level. So I experienced it. I love it. Boom. And there's a mentor in our life, Mike St. Cyprian, always texts me, "Oh, you're a killer. You look great. King of Asia, baby." And you look great that night. But now, Callum Walsh, now Xander, now Fandora.
Line them up.
Now,
Keep going.
Charlotte. And these
Line
people
them
where
up.
I'm like, okay.
Line them up.
Now, where they're not even my idols, but the people that I, you know, would see on TV and like, okay, they're going to become, they're already my rivals.
Yeah.
So that's how you know we're hitting that threshold. And it's just like, you know, we all keep each other accountable. And that's what I love. If I have a bad day in sparring or have a good day, we're all able to share with each other like what we're doing good and what we're doing bad. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Like we just want to continue to grow and be the best possible, you know? So I'm excited what the future holds for all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Big year coming for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm my first co-main event. My
You already got 2 fights this year,
I'm
right?
fighting 3 more fights this year.
3 more fights.
Yeah.
I'm fighting in July.
We all fight in July.
And that'll be your third fight
MSG.
as well, right? This year.
MSG, you know, I'm ahead of the East Coast. I'm ahead of the East Coast. I'm gonna do my thing over there. Wherever they. A lot of people there that said they were ready.
Yeah.
They weren't ready when Top Rank gave them a call. You know, they needed more time. You know, so I just
says a lot.
I'm looking to step it up every single time. I know that I belong in there with the best. Like, you know, sparring with Lennar, sparring with Shakur, sparring with, you know, Camboza, sparring with it only confirmed what I already knew, which was that I belong at the highest level. And not just that, I could perform and look phenomenal at the highest level. So you have to go through that to really see, like, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing is believing it, but when you're doing it and really feel like these motherfuckers can't fuck with me. Every one of my favorite fighters is 28, 29, 30, 32, 35, you know. So they're on their way out, you know. I'm the next wave of boxing. I'm a future pound for pound superstar in the mighty name of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Amen. But it's because all these world champions and all these superstars knew that they were going to be superstar before they were one. You know, so it isn't anything cocky. I know, like I said, with every fiber in my body, that my life is gonna be favored. I said that, and everybody should take that. Everybody should take that.
Life,
I don't care what you do, real estate, this, that. I'm gonna be favored in every portion of my life, because that's the way God made us to be. We're made in His image, right? So I have to win.
You are what you think. If you think you're a loser, you're a loser. If you think you know, you don't look good and, you know, you don't love yourself, you eat junk food and you don't care about getting a haircut,
He threw in there. It's the truth. Yeah, it's true.
The way you carry yourself,
Yeah,
you look at a person. Oh, he's a winner.
Yeah.
There's something about him. Like he got something. Like I like that guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just your vibe, your energy. You just feel it. I'm so happy.
I heard a quote that said this is that people don't care enough to know you, the real you. So the perception that you give off is all they care about. If you give off that you're a winner, people will respect that. If you give off that you're a loser, people will see that too. You feel me? So I feel like a lot of people are bothered by how we carry ourselves. And,
you
and
gotta
the
shine.
thing is, I have to shine because that's the way God made me to be.
Yeah, man.
So it's like I hate the status quo of boxers too, or with how people perceive athletes. You're gonna make all this money. You start from nothing. Caleb said it. Start from nothing. You make all this money, and then you're gonna leave bruised, wounded, maybe CTE. You know, you don't have all your faculties, and then you're gonna leave broke. Fuck that. We were fused. We have a great team. We're gonna make smart investments. I know, Gabe, you made smart investments yourself, Abner, and it's definitely something that me and my brothers that we look up to. Like, put your investments in real estate, or put your investments in this and that. And we're taking heed to all these instructions of people who have it. The motherfuckers that, oh, you should put your money in crypto, and they're broke, and they live 9 to 5. I'm gonna listen to a billionaire. I'm gonna listen to someone who has it. I'm gonna listen to a Beverly Hills lawyer. I'm gonna listen to someone who sees fighters and sees where they mess up, not paying their taxes, not having LLCs, not writing things off. And guess what? We show jewelry. How do you know this is not a jewelry deal? But you think because we're wearing it and you see the cars, how do you know it's not a sponsor? So it's like you don't always believe what you see.
There's another thing. Tell me who you hang around with, then I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
So you're our winners.
Yo, one thing I find interesting, right, is you guys being brothers and always being together and having the same trainer, your father, but y'all have different styles. You know what I'm saying? Usually a trainer, when he has a team, there's a lot of similarities in the style, but not with y'all. You know, I find Amado is like a banger. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like a counter. You like to be slick. You got good athleticism. And then you're like a pressure boxer. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little different. Where's that come from? That style.
I just think my dad had he if I'm not mistaken 4 or 5 trainers.
Yeah.
And I respect my dad because he continuously wants to learn. And that's the thing, like he doesn't feel like he knows it all.
Right.
And I respect him for that because there's a lot of trainers in the sport that feel like they know everything. And it's only their way. And you know, my dad teaches us a shoulder roll. My dad teaches us, you know, how to box, how to punch, how to come forward, how to counter punch, how to do everything, how to fight southpaw, how to fight orthodox, how to, you know, and I respect him so much for that because he knows when to step back. You know, and he knows that at the end of the day, he doesn't know everything, you know, and we're looking at hopping everybody's camp. If we could hop in Canelo's camp, we could hop in, you know, like I said, Linares was training with us, this, that, like he invites all that in, you know. So I just think, we all have our different styles. I feel like we're comfortable in every situation because my dad teaches us how to be versatile. You know, if somebody wants to come at us, we can box. If somebody, you know, we got to put pressure, we got to do what we got to do, you know. So I just think that comes from that. And I'm comfortable any portion in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So
I just think also it just kind of like simulates how we fought in the amateurs. I'll lose the first 2 rounds, and then the third, I'm knocking dude out, you know. So I've always had power since a kid. So, and you're going to respect me. I don't care if I'm sparring you at 68, 75. You're going to feel my shit for sure. And, you know, I do get praised on my power, but I could box too. I could box my ears off. But, you know, there's definitely a lot of things that we all could offer to the fight world where it's like, damn, like you said, Emmy got the angles, Emmy got the pivots, pressure boxer. I'm the counter puncher, you know, slick. Amado got that dog, and people love to see that. You know what I'm saying? It just we all each have our own fan base, and we all each have our own styles, and that's what makes us unique. Abner, I mean, I know when you got in there with Leo Santa Cruz. Oh, bro.
That fight.
That was an LA fight. King of LA. How'd they promote that fight?
Yeah, but I can relate to him. I think I'm a little bit like him because I know I can box as well, but sometimes the heart, takes the best of me. You want to brawl. You want to get in there and give the fans a show. You know what I'm saying? So right now that you said he's a brawler, but he's also a good boxer too.
Yeah.
He
Right.
can be a boxer.
Exactly.
But sometimes he lets these get the best of him. Yeah, you gotta remind him.
I said, Amado, you got counterpunch, you got boxing.
Yeah, you're a good
In sparring,
counterpuncher,
I'm like,
exactly.
I said, Amado, let me see the pretty Amado. Let me see the head move. Let me see the boxing. And he does it.
Yeah.
But it's the mentality as a fighter.
I think
It's because when Amado makes his mind up, he don't know. He made his mind up. He's like, no,
hey, wait, but
I'm
you know what?
rumbling.
My brother's energy definitely is a very big impact on me and my career and me fighting. Cause my brother goes, he'll tell me certain things. Amado, you're not gonna knock him out. Box. He'll tell me that. Or Emiliano will tell, like, he'll get mad. Like, this, I don't give a fuck about anybody else, what they gotta say. As long as my father, my Hall of Fame father, and my 2 undefeated brothers tell me what I needed to hear.
Amado.
And Gabe goes, hey, at the juniors fight, he goes, hey, tell Junior to buy. I was remember when you told me, Gabe?
No, it was actually the round that you put pressure. I couldn't hear the audio from your dad. Okay. But when it's funny because what your dad, the instructions he gave you was exactly what I was saying on the broadcast. I said it's time to stand your ground. It's time to stand your ground, sit on your shots, and that's when you made that adjustment.
Yeah.
And I love that you made that adjustment because it could have been you could have just been doing that all day.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you never really know how the judges are scoring it because sometimes judges like the pressure, and even though he wasn't doing much, he was still the one applying the pressure.
And I may have very much lost every round. I'm gonna be real with you, but I knew there's no way that this motherfucker is gonna be like this round 1 through round 10. The steam was coming off the punches. Once you remember the locker room, you're like,
I like the honesty. I like the honesty.
Once you realized, hold on, I don't gotta use so much forward. Maybe a step back and then a turn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do that next on my next fight, and that helped me a lot, Gabe, because I rely on a lot of my athleticism and footwork, but it's a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you said, hold on, his best shot, I could sit there and just as long as I'm here, boop, you're good, and I was able to. See shots even better like that and staying in the kitchen. So that's definitely something that I'm going to work on in camp. But that helped me because I was able to just really be patient in there and really sit in the pocket. And, that's when I was able to see that shot. Whop, boop, boop, picked him up. And that's how she wrote. Yeah.
For sure, man. For sure, man. Look, man, to close out, man. So what's next for you? You know what I'm saying? In next fight date.
Next fight date. I don't know if I could drop, but I'm fighting late July in New
Go
York.
ahead and drop it, man.
I'm gonna drop it.
Only on Mi Gallo. Only on Mi Gallo.
This is an exclusive Mi Gallo podcast.
Let's go.
I'm fighting July 26th in New York. I'm gonna come out to 50 Cent. I run New York.
Yeah.
So I'm just I should be, I think, the co-main event, if I'm not mistaken, at the Madison Square Garden.
Let's go.
And God is the greatest, man. So
All right, I'm
go,
gonna
let's
just
go, let's
I'm gonna
go.
drop mine too.
Let's go.
Nice,
July, Mi Gallo. Shout out Gabe. Shout out Abner. You know what it is. We got the Dynasty. I might be fighting July 11th or July 20th on my birthday.
Nice.
For Brandon Ritz card, I'm gonna jump in with the streamers, with the YouTubers. We're gonna see what's good with that.
Right.
Or might do we got the WBA like a continental belt. I'm gonna be fighting for
go,
a
bro.
continental belt. So I'm gonna have a strap.
Big
And
2025 for y'all.
so it's gonna be 2 strap for the Dynasty,
Yes,
and
sir.
then Junior. I don't know.
I might have something with
So,
I might have a world title opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things on the line right now. We're so excited that we don't know if we can say these things, but you got it on Mi Gallo. You
No,
heard
we
it first.
cooking. We
Let's
cooking.
go. Let's go.
Man,
That's what's up,
man, I really appreciate your time. The Dynasty Junior. Amado, Emiliano, thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. We love you guys, man. We've seen you guys grow up. I've known your dad for so long, and seeing you succeed, seeing you guys grow, man. Now I know why they call you the little big bro, man. Your mentality's, man, beyond, man. God bless you all. Fernando Vargas Sr., man, my respects for, for being the dad that he is. Your mom, man, my God, your mom, she's a tough one. Now, they don't get the toughness from the dad.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that.
No, I know.
They get it from the mom.
G.
I see the mom, man, how she is, man. Just, it's not easy, you know what I'm saying? Having, obviously, 3, kids, guys, fighters, because you guys chose fighting. And your dad says this all the time. I didn't want my kids to fight. I didn't choose boxing for them. They chose boxing. You know what I'm saying? Just because I did it doesn't mean that they had to do it. But they chose it. Now I'm helping them. So God bless you guys, man. Wish you nothing but the best.
Appreciate it.
Man, big 2025 for the Dynasty.
No doubt, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Mi Gallo podcast.
Make sure to subscribe. Don't miss this episode. Mi Gallo, baby. Let's go.